what's going on, man?
Hey Kris, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing well, Kris. How
Where
about you?
where are you where are you located?
Oh, I'm in India, Kris.
Oh, geez, man. Wow. The other another planet.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So how's the day so far, Kris?
Yeah, everything's good, man.
Wonderful, wonderful, Kris. So Kris, your fourth full-length album, Awakening, is to be out on September 9th. So would you like to tell me a bit about the songwriting and production behind this upcoming album?
Yeah. I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Your new album, Awakening, is to be out on September 9th. So, would you like to tell me a bit about the songwriting and production behind this new album?
Oh. Well, that all the songwriting was done during the pandemic. Are you there?
Yes, I am. I am.
Oh, okay. All the songwriting was done during the pandemic, when everything was closed down and 2020, 21, it was kind of a dark, depressing time for everybody because everything was closed down, COVID was going on, and all that kind of fun stuff. So we just kind of like hunkered down and decided to write some songs.
Wonderful. And was there any particular concept that was put behind this album?
There was really not, it wasn't really a concept. It was just the songs were related to what was going on during that time. Because you can pick and choose a lot of different things on where the ideas of the songs come from and whatnot. And it was actually a perfect time to write music for a metal album because of just all the uncertainty and everything that was going on at that particular moment in time.
Yeah, that's right. And on August 16th, you put up an amazing video for Death of the Angel. So would you like to tell me a bit about the making of this video?
That video was done by a guy named Mike Sloat. He lives in the Bay Area, and we went into a place called the Phoenix Theater, which is in Petaluma, and that's where the live shots of the band were taken. It's a huge old theater that has been there for many, many, many years. And it's got quite a history. And we went in there and shot the video, all the footage. And the concept of that song came from Steve Verbello, one of the guitar players in Trauma. And he and his wife, they watch a lot of these TV shows with serial killers and stuff. And for some reason or another, the guy Ted Bundy, I guess interested him to come up with a concept for the song. So that's kind of where that came from.
Oh, gotcha. Wonderful. And what do you have any release date plans on September 9?
Any what kind of plans?
Release date plans on September 9.
Yeah, the album's supposed to come out, I believe, on that date. Just to be safe, I'm saying it's going to be released in September due to the fact that I know the pressing plans for vinyl records are running really, really far behind. And there shouldn't be any kind of delay or anything like that. But I'm just saying it's going to be released in September just to be safe.
Gotcha, Chris. And this is a follow-up to 2018 As the World Dies, and sadly, Donnie passed away in 2020, and you brought in Brian Ireland, the new vocalist for the band. So how has things been with Brian, and how is it all coming up together for you?
So far, it's been really good. Donnie was a original vocalist of the band. He was a dear friend of mine. I've known him for many, many decades, and it was a very bad time that he passed away. And we weren't really too sure if we were even going to continue on. I was right about to record the drum tracks when I got the call about Donnie being really sick. And several days later, he passed away, and everything was just kind of thrown on ice for a little while. But our producer, Juan Ortega, knew Brian, and at the time, Brian wasn't doing anything, and we had him come out and play with the band, and everything clicked. And he sang his ass off on the album. Did a really good job on the album. We just did a couple shows over in Europe. A couple weeks ago, we played at the Alcatraz Festival, and so far it's been a blast working with him.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Trauma, the band, the history goes way back to the 80s, and you guys are rocking still with amazing thrash, heavy, and speed metal to the core. Like there has been no out of the box from the music that you've been creating. Fantastic work since the band started. So, how has the journey of music been for you guys so far?
What was the last part of the question again, bud?
How has the journey in making music for you guys been so far?
Well, I mean, the band disbanded back in like 85, 86. And, everybody in the band kind of went their separate ways. And it wasn't until 2013 that we got a call from Mike Varney that he wanted to do a re-release on the Scratch and Scream album, and also thought it might be a good idea if there was a live band in case, there's like a festival or something like that, we could go play. So we've had a lot of people in and out of the band until the lineup we have now. And, the lineup that played on As the World Dies is the same lineup that played on Awakening. It's been it definitely has been quite a journey. There's definitely been some difficulties, but especially with the pandemic and everything. But we're running on all cylinders, and we look forward to making more music and hopefully, touring even over where you are.
Wonderful, Kris. And any plans or schedule of touring has been fixed so far?
There's a couple things being worked on right now. It might be, we have a possibility of a European tour in May of 2023 for like, I think there'll be about maybe 20 dates on that, but everything's just kind of being booked and confirmed at this point in time. But our management's working on, tours for the band at this moment. So hopefully we'll have some information on that soon.
Sounds good, Kris. And Kris, what do you have as once the album is out, the Awakening album is out, do you have plans to come up with some kind of merchandise for the fans?
Oh yeah, well, we have merchandise for sale right now. If you go online, if you go online, you can look at our website. It's traumametal.com, and there's links on that site that takes you right to our merch store, and there's different designs and all that type of stuff for anybody who's interested in wanting to get a t-shirt or anything like that.
Sounds amazing. And would you like to share some of the great moments that you had over the years?
That would be a hard one to do in a short period of time, but recently, I'd have to say one of the better moments is when we just played at the Alcatraz Festival. We flew from San Francisco over to Belgium, and we played during our set. When we played live, most of the songs we played were off the new album, and we played in front of a pretty packed crowd, and people were super receptive to the new music that they've never heard before, which was like a really good indicator that people seem to like it. So that right there is like my most current really, really good memory of kind of what's going on now. I try not to dwell too much in the past because there's, you know, I mean, I could go back all the way back to the 80s when Trauma played with, you know, we did gigs with like Slayer and Exodus and bands to that nature. You know, it's just been, you know, the music business is not an easy thing to do at all, especially now. But the journey has been fantastic, and we look forward to, you know, trying to keep this thing going.
Amazing, amazing, Kris. And Kris, as Cliff Burton was originally from Trauma before he moved into Metallica. And do you have any special things or special memories with him to share with me today?
You know, I joined the band after Cliff left to join Metallica, but I do remember Cliff. He would come to our shows when we played in San Francisco and stuff, and just hang out with the band and, you know, crack jokes. I mean, he was a super nice guy. You know, everybody was really good friends with him in the band. And I think a couple of the guys went to some of the Metallica shows when they, you know, when they were playing at like the Cow Palace or Day on the Green and that kind of stuff. But there was kind of a mutual relationship with him, as, you know, super friendly. And I do remember when he of his untimely, you know, passing away. It was devastating.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. And Kris, so finally, do you have any message that you want to give to the Trauma fans around the world?
Oh man, I just really wholeheartedly appreciate the fact that people, you know, remember the band from all those years ago. There seems to be still an interest in the Scratch and Scream record that we may re-release on vinyl at some point, maybe in 2023. I think it's fantastic that you know, people still want to listen to that album, and we as a band are just really appreciative to actually have interest at this point in time, because, you know, there's so many bands that are out there and so many really good bands. You know, I'm just grateful that people even freaking, you know, care about, you know, Trauma in any way. And anybody who wants to see us when we do have tour dates will be pleasantly entertained by the band. We play our hearts out on the shows, and you know, we're really cool guys. You know, no egos or nothing, and interact with the fans as much as possible. And yeah, it's one giant family of people that support this type of music, and we are extremely happy to be a part of it.
Wonderful, Kris, wonderful. And Kris, I want to thank you so much for giving me today this wonderful opportunity to have you on this interview. A real pleasure and honor for me to have you. And thank you so much for giving us amazing music. And thank you so much for this new album, Awakening. We're all looking forward for the release, and hopefully to see you guys on the road real soon, Kris.
Yeah, and have you listened to the entire album?
Yes, it was totally amazing. I was totally flabbergasted. It's really amazing album. Each and every song is totally mind-blowing, Kris. Thank you so much for this wonderful music.
Oh, freaking right on, man. I'm really happy that you really like the album, man. You know,
it's fantastic.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. It made my day.
Thank you, Kris. And Kris, you have a wonderful day, and hope to
you as well.
soon.
And thank you.
Take care.
Thank you for your time.
My pleasure, Kris. It's my pleasure. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.